So the next one is magnetization. So what is magnetization? This is the process of making magnets. So the process of making a magnet, or it's called magnetization, or the process of making non-magnetic material, or the process of making what a magnetic material a magnet is called magnetization. Like a silver. Silver is what? Is a magnetic material, but the process of making it to be what? To become a magnet is magnetization. Can say what magnetization is a process of inducing magnetic property in a material. So can say what this is a process. This is a process of inducing magnetic property in a material. In a what? A material is called magnetization. That is the process of turning non-magnetic substance into magnets. Or can I say what? That is the turning of non-magnetic substance into what? Magnet. Non-magnetic or substance into magnet. That is what we call magnetization. So the process of making what? A substance which is not magnetic before, and then we induce it to become a magnet. We call it what? Magnetization. And the magnetization can be achieved by basic four methods: single touch method or stroking method, double stroking method or double touch method, and we also have what? By hammering method, and we also have by electrical method. Let me the method of making magnetization. Magnetization can be achieved by the following methods. This can be achieved by the following method. We have a single touch method, call it what? Single touch method, or we can also call it what? A uh, stroking method. Single touch or what? Stroking what? Method. So single touch method, and we also have what we call what? Double stroking. Call it double what? Stroking, or dividing or divides dead touch method. And the third one, we have electrical method. Electrical method. And the next one, we have by hammering method. So these are the basic four methods of making what? Magnets. But among these four, if your exam is multiple choice, which of this method is the best method of making magnets? Answer is what? By electrical what? Method with the aid of solenoid. When we get to the current, when we get to the magnetic field generating a current flowing in a straight line conductor, you will understand it better. So let me start from this what? Single touch. If you are saying what? A single touch method, single touch method of making what? Magnet is very easy. This method is just deal with what? How am I going to put it? The stroking of what? Of magnet. The stroking of a magnet substance on non-magnetic what? Substance. So, yes. See, this is what? Let me call this one what? C bar. A C, a C, yes, C bar. And here we have South Pole. Here we have North Pole. Hmm. So if I now place a bar magnet on top it, this is the bar magnet I place what? On top it. This is the bar magnet. And this bar magnet, if this side is what is north, this side is what is south. This is the middle of the what of the bar magnet. You will observe that is what? This is the bar that you will place here. You will be what? You will be stroking this. No, this is bar C bar. This C bar is what? Is non-magnetic material. And this one is what? Is magnet. This is what? What? Magnet. Good. So, and this if you are what? Rolling it like this, it will go up like this. Mhm. It will go up like this. This is the direction of the what? Direction of the rolling. The feet, it will move. Mhm. Yes. So this is the magnet. This is non-magnetic substance. If you are what? You are stroking this along this direction like this. After some minutes, remove it. This one will be what? Will become a magnet. So, and by the second one, I said by double what? Double stroking. This double stroking, we can also call it what? Divided touch. Divided what? Touch. Let's look at the word divided touch. It's the same thing with this. We have a long bar like this. If you have a what? A long bar, this is a long what? Long bar. Good. So this long bar, and I place my put two magnets on what? On top. This is the first one, the first magnet I put here. Let me put another magnet here. Look at these two magnets. Here is north, here is south. For this one, this is the middle of the magnet. Here is south, here is north. This is the middle of magnets. And this is the north, and this is what? South. This one is called a steel bar. And these two, they are what? They are magnets. This one is a magnet, and this is also a what? A magnet. So by soaking it, this magnet on this bar, you want to make this bar a magnetic attacker, you now show what to what? To soak it. By soaking this, we will have what? This direction. And here, go like this. The same thing happen to this side. So this is not this side. It will go like this. It will go like this. And these two will come like this. This is what? The diagram of what? Of double soaking. So after doing it in this form, the magnetic bar, the steel bar will be what? Will become magnet. The third one is by electric what? Method. I said this electric method is the best method of generating what? Or of producing, what am I call it? Magnet. We call it electric what? Electrical method. Electrical method of generating or of making a magnet. So this, if you want to this, there is what is the name of this thing? We call it what? Solenoid. Electrical method. The electrical method can be achieved. The electrical method of making bar magnets can be done in what? In a coil wire called solenoid. So this is how we make solenoid. If I'm not, this is how we make solenoid. Mhm. This is how we make solenoid. Can you see the coil? So this is the what? Source. This is the what? The source called what? Battery. So this coil that we have there, the coil that we have there, the coil we can call it solenoid. This coil, we call it what? What? Solenoid. Solenoid is a what? Is a coil wire. Call it what? Solenoid is a what? A coiled what? A coiled wire. So if we connect this wire into what? A battery, we know that is what? Connect to the battery, the current will flow here. This is the direction of the what? Of the current. It will flow along this what? Direction. This is the current will flow along what? This direction. It will go up like this. This direction of the current. Direction of the current. So the current will what? Will continue what? Flowing. Flowing like this. Eh, like this. Like this. So this is the current is flowing in this. So the next thing now you do is what? I will now try to what, to introduce the what? The steel bar, which is non-magnetic material. If I will now place my bar inside what? So this is the bar. I place my steel bar inside the what? The solenoid. This is the steel what? Steel bar inside the solenoid. Hello? So if you place it inside the solenoid, after some minutes, this steel bar will be what? If you remove it from the what? From this solenoid, it will become a magnetic material. So if it will become a what? A magnetic what? Magnetic material. So that is what? The a method of making what? Magnet by electrical method. You will connect a coil like a rod like a coil in form of rod structure to a battery. And if a wire made in form of what? Of a coil, we call it what? Solenoid. You will now place the C bar that you want to make to become a what? A magnet. Place it here, inside here. For some what? Some minutes. After some minutes, remove the what? The steel bar out of the what? Out of the solenoid. The steel bar will become magnet. So the last one is by what? By hammering. So if you hammer a magnet, a non-magnetic substance like iron, it will become magnet. But mind you, the best method is what? Is by using electrical method. So the next one is demagnetization. Demagnetization. See, demagnetization is the opposite of what? Of magnetization. This magnetism is a process of removing magnetic property from a magnet. This is the what? This is the process of removing the magnetic property uh, magnetic property of a magnet. The process of removing what? Magnetic properties of the what? Of the magnet is called demagnetization. And this can be what? Achieved by heating. Method of this one by what? By heating. If you heat a magnetic iron to a particular temperature, after heating, it will change into what? The magnetic property will be what? Will be loose. Or by electrical method. Electrical what? Method, or by hammering. So these are the what? The three methods of demagnetization. The remover, the process of removing magnetic property from a what? From a material we call demagnetization, can be achieved by electrical method, by hammering, and by what? By heating. So that's all about what? The process of making magnets and the process of removing magnets from a magnetic material.